Crash landing. The vastness of space stretched before Dr. Ethan Chen as he piloted the stellar Voyager through an uncharted sector of the galaxy. His heart raced with excitement, the thrill of discovery pulsing through his veins. As Earth's leading xenobiologist, Ethan had dreamed of this moment his entire life, the chance to explore worlds beyond human imagination. The ship's sensors suddenly blared to life, jarring Ethan from his reverie. Warning: gravitational anomaly detected, the AI's monotone voice announced. Ethan's fingers flew across the control panel, desperately trying to stabilize the ship as it shuddered violently. "Computer, initiate emergency protocols," Ethan shouted, gripping the edges of his seat as the stellar Voyager plunged towards an unknown planet below. The ship's hull groaned under the strain, and Ethan watched in horror as the heat shields began to fail. In those final moments before impact, time seemed to slow. Ethan's life flashed before his eyes, his childhood fascination with the stars, years of relentless study, and the bittersweet farewell to his family as he embarked on this solo mission. Now, it all seemed for naught as the ground rushed up to meet him. The crash was deafening. Metal twisted and shattered, and Ethan's world exploded into chaos. When the dust settled, he found himself miraculously alive, though battered and bruised. The stellar Voyager lay in ruins around him, smoke billowing from its shattered hull. Ethan stumbled from the wreckage, his environmental suit automatically sealing to protect him from the alien atmosphere. He gazed upon a world that defied description, the sky a swirling maelstrom of purples and greens, twin suns casting an eerie glow over a landscape of crystalline structures that seemed to pulse with inner light. "Computer," Ethan croaked, his throat dry from the acrid smoke. "Run atmospheric analysis." After a moment, his suit's AI responded, atmosphere composed primarily of nitrogen and oxygen, with trace elements unknown to Earth chemistry. Breathable, but prolonged exposure not recommended without further study. Ethan sighed in relief. At least he wouldn't suffocate immediately. He turned back to survey the damage to his ship, his heart sinking. The stellar Voyager was beyond repair. Its quantum drive had been completely destroyed in the crash. "Mayday, Mayday," Ethan broadcast on all frequencies. "This is Dr. Ethan Chen of the Earth vessel Stellar Voyager. I've crash-landed on an uncharted planet. Coordinates unknown. Request immediate assistance." Only static answered his call. As the adrenaline of the crash faded, the reality of his situation began to sink in. Ethan was stranded on an alien world, light years from any human outpost, with no way to contact Earth. His supplies would last a few months at best, and he had no idea what dangers this strange planet might hold. But Ethan Chen hadn't come this far to give up now. He was a scientist, an explorer, and now he would need to be a survivor. With renewed determination, Ethan began to salvage what he could from the wreckage. He assembled a makeshift shelter using pieces of the ship's hull and set up a perimeter of sensors to warn him of any approaching life forms. As he worked, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. As night fell, the crystalline structures around him began to glow more intensely, bathing the crash site in an otherworldly light. Strange, melodic sounds echoed in the distance, unlike any animal call Ethan had ever heard. He huddled in his shelter, his mind racing with possibilities. What secrets did this alien world hold? Were there intelligent life forms here? And if so, would they be friend or foe? Ethan's first night on the planet was restless, filled with bizarre dreams of shimmering beings that danced at the edge of his vision. When he awoke, he was startled to find intricate patterns etched into the crystal formations surrounding his camp, patterns that hadn't been there the night before. Pushing aside his fear, Ethan let his scientific curiosity take over. He began to document everything he saw, taking samples of the crystalline structures and the strange, bioluminescent plants that dotted the landscape. His suit's sensors recorded data on the planet's unique electromagnetic fields and the complex chemical composition of its atmosphere. As the days passed, Ethan ventured further from the crash site, mapping the surrounding area and searching for any signs of civilization. He discovered ruins of what appeared to be ancient structures, their architecture unlike anything in human history. The walls were covered in symbols that seemed to shift and change when he wasn't looking directly at them. One evening, as Ethan was examining a particularly intricate set of ruins, he heard a sound that made his blood run cold, the unmistakable hum of advanced technology. He spun around, his heart pounding, to find himself face to face with a sight that would change everything. Hovering silently above the ground was a being of pure energy, its form constantly shifting and pulsing with colors Ethan's mind could barely comprehend. It regarded him with what he could only describe as curiosity, and then, to his astonishment, it spoke. "Welcome, Ethan Chen of Earth," the being said, its voice resonating directly in Ethan's mind. "We have been expecting you." Ethan's scientific training walled with his sense of wonder and fear. He had dreamed of first contact his entire life, but nothing could have prepared him for this moment. What are you?" Ethan managed to ask, his voice barely above a whisper. The being's form shimmered, and Ethan had the distinct impression it was amused. "We are the architects," it replied. "We have watched your kind for millennia, waiting for the day when humans would reach beyond their cradle and join us among the stars." Ethan's mind reeled with questions. But why me? Why this planet? "Your crash was no accident, Ethan Chen," the architect explained. "We guided you here, to this nexus of realities. You stand at a crossroads, not just for yourself, but for all of humanity." The being's form expanded, enveloping Ethan in a cocoon of pulsing energy. Suddenly, his mind was flooded with visions of possible futures, humanity spreading across the galaxy, achieving heights of technological and spiritual evolution beyond imagination. But he also saw darker paths: war, destruction, and the potential annihilation of Earth itself. "The choice lies before you," the architect continued. "Will you accept the knowledge we offer and guide your species towards a greater destiny? Or will you turn away, leaving humanity to face the universe alone?" Ethan's heart raced as he considered the magnitude of this decision. Everything he had ever known, everything he had believed about the nature of reality, was being challenged. But isn't this why he had become a scientist in the first place? To push the boundaries of human knowledge and understanding. With a deep breath, Ethan made his choice. "I accept," he said, his voice steady despite his inner turmoil. "Show me what I need to know." The architect's energy pulsed with approval. "Then let your true journey begin, Ethan Chen. The fate of worlds now rests in your hands." In that moment, as the alien knowledge began to flow into his mind, Ethan realized that his crash landing on this strange planet wasn't an end. It was just the beginning of an adventure beyond his wildest dreams. The crystalline structures around them began to resonate, their light growing more intense. Ethan felt himself being lifted off the ground, his body tingling with an energy he couldn't comprehend. The last thing he saw before losing consciousness was the twin suns of this alien world, their light seeming to merge into a single blinding point of illumination. When Ethan awoke, he found himself changed. His mind buzzed with knowledge of advanced physics, of the underlying fabric of the universe itself. But more than that, he felt a connection to this alien world, to all worlds that he had never experienced before. As he stood, marveling at his newfound awareness, Ethan knew that his mission had evolved into something far greater than he could have ever imagined. He was no longer just an explorer or a scientist. He was now a bridge between humanity and the vast, unknown wonders of the cosmos. With renewed purpose, Ethan set out to uncover the secrets of this world and prepare for the day when he would return to Earth, carrying with him the key to humanity's future among the stars. Echoes of extinction. Dr. Ethan Chen's mind whirled with the cosmic knowledge bestowed upon him by the architects. As he traversed the alien landscape, each step felt like a journey through time and space. The crystalline structures pulsed in sync with his thoughts, responding to his newfound connection to the planet. "Quantum entanglement on a planetary scale," Ethan muttered, marveling at the intricate web of energy that permeated everything around him. Incredible. As he crested a hill, Ethan's breath caught in his throat. Before him stretched a vast city, its spires reaching impossibly high into the swirling atmosphere. But unlike the ruins he had encountered earlier, this metropolis teemed with life, or so it seemed at first glance. Ethan's enhanced senses quickly revealed the truth. The city was a holographic projection, a three-dimensional echo of a civilization long extinct. As he walked through the ghostly streets, fragments of conversation and flashes of alien life played out around him like scenes from a cosmic film reel. "Computer," Ethan said, activating his suit's AI, "begin recording everything. This is unprecedented." As he delved deeper into the Phantom City, Ethan began to piece together the history of this world. The beings that had once inhabited it, the Zorax, had achieved technological marvels beyond human comprehension, but their advancement had come at a terrible cost. In their quest for immortality, the Zorax had tapped into the fundamental forces of the universe, bending reality to their will. But they had gone too far, unleashing a catastrophe that had unraveled the very fabric of their existence. Ethan's heart raced as he realized the implications. The architects hadn't just chosen him randomly. They had brought him to a cosmic cautionary tale, a glimpse of a possible future for humanity if they followed a similar path. As night fell, the holographic city flickered and changed, showing the final days of the Zorax civilization. Ethan watched in horror as the once mighty beings succumbed to a plague of their own creation, their bodies dissolving into pure energy. "By Einstein's ghost," Ethan whispered, his voice trembling. "They became the very forces they sought to control." Suddenly, a piercing alarm cut through the air, causing Ethan to stumble. The holographic projections flickered wildly, and for a moment, Ethan saw the city as it truly was, a desolate wasteland of twisted metal and shattered crystal. "Warning. Temporal anomaly detected," his suit's AI announced. "Recommend immediate evacuation." Ethan's instincts screamed at him to run, but his scientific curiosity won out. He pressed forward, following the source of the disturbance. As he approached the city's central plaza, the air itself seemed to ripple and tear. A blinding flash of light erupted before him, and when Ethan's vision cleared, he found himself face to face with a being that defied description. It was as if someone had taken a snapshot of the cosmos itself and folded it into humanoid form. "Greetings, Ethan Chen," the being said, its voice resonating on multiple frequencies simultaneously. "I am Zora, last of the Zorax, keeper of the Chrononexus." Ethan's mind reeled. "But how? Your people there extinct?" Zara finished, a note of sadness in her multi-tonal voice. "Yes and no. We exist outside of linear time now, scattered across the quantum foam of reality." As Ethan struggled to process this information, Zara's form shifted, taking on a more humanoid appearance. She now resembled a tall, ethereal woman with skin that shimmered like starlight and eyes that held the depth of galaxies. "The architects have chosen well," Zara said, circling Ethan with graceful, floating steps. "You bear the burden of knowledge, yet your spirit remains unbroken. But tell me, Ethan Chen, are you prepared for what comes next?" Before Ethan could respond, Zara placed a hand on his forehead. Instantly, his consciousness expanded, catapulting across time and space. He saw the birth and death of stars, the rise and fall of countless civilizations, the intricate dance of subatomic particles that underpin all of existence. When the vision faded, Ethan fell to his knees, gasping. What was that?" Zara knelt beside him, her expression a mixture of compassion and urgency. "A glimpse of the cosmic tapestry, the interconnected web of all realities. Your species stands at a crossroads, Ethan. The choices you make will ripple across the multiverse." As Ethan struggled to his feet, the ground beneath them began to tremble. The holographic city flickered violently, images of past, present, and possible futures blending together in a dizzying kaleidoscope. The chrononexus is destabilizing, Zara said, her voice tight with concern. We don't have much time. You must make a choice, Ethan Chen. Will you accept the mantle of cosmic guardian and help guide humanity towards its true potential? Or will you turn away, leaving your species vulnerable to the same fate that befell mine? Ethan's mind raced. The weight of this decision was almost unbearable. How could he, a single human being, shoulder such responsibility? But as he looked into Zara's eyes, seeing the echoes of her lost civilization, he knew there was only one choice he could make. I accept, Ethan said, his voice steady despite the chaos around them. Show me what I need to do. Zara smiled, her form beginning to glow with an intense, otherworldly light. Then let us begin your true awakening, Ethan Chen. The fate of realities hangs in the balance. As Zara reached out to him, time seemed to slow. Ethan saw fragments of possible futures, humanity ascending to join the cosmic community, Earth reduced to ash by forces beyond comprehension, and countless variations in between. He realized that his journey had only just begun, and the true test of his newfound knowledge and power lay ahead. The chrononexus pulsed one final time, and in a blinding flash of light, Ethan and Zara vanished from the phantom city. They reappeared atop a mountain overlooking a vast, alien ocean, its waters shimmering with bioluminescent life. Welcome to the Nexus Point, Zara said, gesturing to the breathtaking vista before them. This is where past, present, and future converge. From here, we can influence the course of cosmic events. Ethan's mind buzzed with questions, but before he could voice them, a massive shape emerged from the depths of the alien sea. It was a creature of impossible proportions, its body a swirling mass of tentacles and crystalline structures that seemed to exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. Behold the quantum leviathan, Zara explained, her voice filled with reverence. A being that exists across all timelines, all realities. It is both guardian and destroyer, maintaining the delicate balance of the multiverse. As Ethan watched in awe, the quantum leviathan turned its gaze upon them. In that moment, he felt the weight of eons pressed down upon his consciousness. He saw glimpses of cosmic wars fought on scales beyond human comprehension, of entire galaxies used as chess pieces in a game whose rules he could barely fathom. The Leviathan has sensed your presence, Zara said, placing a comforting hand on Ethan's shoulder. It recognizes you as a nexus of potential, a fulcrum upon which the fate of many worlds may turn. Ethan swallowed hard, his mouth dry. What does it want from me? Zara's expression turned grave. To test you, Ethan Chen. To see if you are truly worthy of the power and knowledge you have been given. Are you ready to face the trials of the cosmic guardian? As the quantum leviathan's massive form began to shift and change, quantum crucible, the fabric of reality shimmered and warped around Ethan Chen as the quantum leviathan initiated the trials of the cosmic guardian. Zara's form flickered beside him, her voice echoing across dimensional boundaries. Remember, Ethan, she said, her words rippling through the quantum foam. These trials will test not just your newfound knowledge, but the very essence of your humanity. Before Ethan could respond, he found himself plunging through a kaleidoscopic tunnel of light and energy. When the dizzying journey ended, he stood alone on a desolate planetoid, its surface a maze of crystalline structures that pulsed with an eerie, otherworldly glow. Welcome to the nexus of infinite choices, boomed a voice that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Here, you will face the consequences of decisions across countless timelines. Suddenly, holographic projections sprang to life around Ethan. He saw himself, or rather, versions of himself, in a myriad of scenarios. In one, he was a celebrated hero, having saved Earth from an alien invasion. In another, he cowered in the ruins of a devastated planet, the last survivor of a cosmic catastrophe. Choose, commanded the voice of the quantum leviathan. Which timeline will you make real? Ethan's mind raced. How could he possibly choose between these vastly different outcomes? Each decision would ripple across the multiverse, affecting countless lives. Drawing upon the cosmic knowledge granted to him by the architects, Ethan reached out with his consciousness, probing the quantum entanglements that connected these alternate realities. He realized that the true test wasn't in choosing a single outcome, but in understanding the interconnectedness of all possibilities. "I choose harmony," Ethan declared, his voice resonating with newfound power. He focused his will, visualizing the various timelines not as separate paths, but as interwoven threads in a grand cosmic tapestry. The crystalline structures around him began to pulse in sync with his thoughts. Slowly, impossibly, the divergent timelines began to merge. Fragments of each reality blended together, creating a new path that incorporated the best elements of each while mitigating the catastrophic outcomes. "Impressive," rumbled the Leviathan's voice. "You have grasped the fundamental truth of quantum reality, but can you maintain this balance when faced with the entropy of existence?" The scene shifted again, and Ethan found himself floating in the void of deep space. Before him stretched a vast cosmic web, each intersection a gleaming point of light representing a galaxy or star cluster. But to his horror, Ethan saw that parts of the web were unraveling, entire sections of the universe fading into nothingness. "The heat death approaches," Zara's voice whispered in his mind. "Even the mightiest civilizations cannot escape entropy. What will you do, Cosmic Guardian?" Ethan's first instinct was to pour his energy into the fading sections, to try and reignite the dying stars through sheer force of will. But as he reached out, he realized the futility of fighting against the fundamental laws of thermodynamics. Instead, he turned his attention to the areas of the cosmic web that still thrived with life and energy. With careful precision, he began to weave new connections between these vibrant sections, creating a network of quantum tunnels that could shunt energy and matter across vast distances. "Life finds a way," Ethan murmured, echoing the words of a long-ago Earth scientist. "Even in the face of cosmic entropy, we adapt, we evolve, we endure." As he worked, Ethan became aware of other presences joining him in his labor. The ghosts of long-dead civilizations, the echoes of beings yet to evolve, all were drawn to his efforts, lending their essence to the task of preserving the spark of existence. The quantum Leviathan's voice boomed once more, tinged with what might have been approval. "You understand that true guardianship is not about preventing the inevitable, but about nurturing a potential for renewal. You have passed a second trial." Before Ethan could savor his success, reality twisted again. He found himself standing on a planet that seemed to be made entirely of living metal, its surface constantly shifting and reforming. In the sky above, two massive forms clashed in a battle that shook the very foundations of spacetime. "Behold the technosphere," Zara's voice echoed in his mind. "A world where organic life and artificial intelligence have merged into a new form of existence, but their evolution has reached a critical juncture." Ethan watched in awe as the battling entities above, one a swirling mass of organic tendrils, the other a geometric construct of pure energy, continued their cosmic duel. He could feel the weight of their conflict reverberating through the quantum fabric of reality. "These beings represent two possible futures for the technosphere," the Leviathan's voice explained. "One seeks to return to purely organic existence, the other to transcend physical form entirely. Their war threatens to tear this reality apart. You must find a solution, Cosmic Guardian." Ethan closed his eyes, reaching out with his enhanced senses to understand the true nature of the conflict. He could feel the fear and uncertainty radiating from the planet below, the collective consciousness of trillions of hybrid beings trembling on the brink of annihilation. Drawing upon the knowledge of countless civilizations imparted to him by the architects, Ethan began to formulate a plan. He reached out to the warring entities, not with words, but with pure concepts: unity, balance, symbiosis. Using his newfound powers, Ethan created a quantum bridge between the two beings, allowing them to experience each other's perspectives. He showed them visions of a future where organic intuition and artificial precision worked in perfect harmony, where the boundaries between flesh and machine blurred into a new form of existence that honored both legacies. Slowly, impossibly, the cosmic titans ceased their battle. Their forms began to merge, swirling together in a dance of creation that sent shockwaves of possibility rippling across the galaxy. The surface of the technosphere erupted in celebration, its inhabitants awakening to a new era of unified purpose. As the light of transformation faded, Ethan found himself once again standing before the quantum leviathan, its massive form shimmering with multidimensional energy. Zara materialized beside him, her expression a mixture of pride and wonder. "You have faced the crucible of cosmic guardianship," the leviathan intoned, its voice resonating through the very fabric of space-time. "You have shown wisdom in the face of impossible choices, compassion in the grip of entropy, and ingenuity in bridging the divide between disparate forms of existence." Ethan stood tall, feeling the weight of his experiences settling into his very being. He was no longer just Dr. Ethan Chen, xenobiologist from Earth. He had become something more, a cosmic force in his own right, a guardian of life and possibility across the vast expanse of the multiverse. "The trials are complete," Zara said, placing a hand on Ethan's shoulder. "But your journey is far from over. The knowledge and power you now possess come with great responsibility. Are you prepared to take on the mantle of cosmic guardian in full?" Ethan took a deep breath, his mind expanding to encompass the vastness of his new role. He saw the threads of possibility stretching out before him, the countless worlds and civilizations that would be shaped by his actions. The task was daunting, almost overwhelming in its scope. But as he looked into Zara's eyes, seeing the hope and trust reflected there, Ethan knew his answer. He had come too far, seen too much, to turn back now. "I am ready," he said, his voice ringing with determination. "For Earth, for the countless worlds I've glimpsed, for the very fabric of reality itself, I accept this responsibility." The quantum leviathan's form began to pulse with blinding light. "Then rise, Ethan Chen, cosmic guardian of the multiversal nexus. Your true work begins now." As the light engulfed him, Ethan felt his consciousness expanding beyond the boundaries of singular existence. He was everywhere and everywhen, a cosmic force for balance and growth across the infinite expanse of reality. His journey had only just begun, and the wonders and challenges that lay ahead were beyond imagination. But armed with the wisdom of the architects, the guidance of Zara, and the power of the quantum leviathan, Ethan Chen stood ready to face whatever the cosmos might throw his way. The stars themselves seemed to pulse in anticipation as a new chapter in the history of the multiverse began to unfold, echoes of eternity. As Ethan Chen's consciousness expanded across the multiverse, he found himself adrift in a sea of infinite possibilities. Time and space became fluid concepts, mere playthings in the grand cosmic orchestra he now conducted. Yet, even as he reveled in his newfound power, a nagging sensation tugged at the edges of his awareness. "Something's wrong," Ethan murmured, his voice reverberating across dimensions. "The fabric of reality, it's fraying." Zara materialized beside him, her form shimmering with quantum uncertainty. "You sense it too, then. The cosmic tapestry is unraveling, faster than we anticipated." Before Ethan could respond, a piercing shriek tore through the ethereal plane, causing ripples of distortion across countless realities. In the distance, a massive tear appeared in the fabric of space-time, its edges crackling with chaotic energy. "Chronovores," Zara hissed, her eyes wide with fear. "Ancient beings that feed on time itself. They're breaking through the dimensional barriers." Ethan watched in horror as grotesque creatures began to pour through the rift. They defied description, their forms constantly shifting between states of matter and energy. With each passing moment, they devoured fragments of reality, leaving nothing but void in their wake. "We must act quickly," the voice of the quantum leviathan boomed across the cosmos. "Ethan Chen, it is time to put your training to the ultimate test. The fate of all existence hangs in the balance." Drawing upon the cosmic knowledge bestowed upon him, Ethan reached out with his mind, weaving quantum threads into a protective barrier around the most vulnerable regions of the multiverse. But the Chronovores were relentless, their hunger insatiable. "It's not enough," Ethan grunted, feeling the strain of maintaining the barrier. "We need something more powerful, something they can't devour." Suddenly, a memory flickered in the depths of Ethan's expanded consciousness, the phantom city of the Zorax, the civilization that had transcended linear time. An idea began to form, wild and desperate, but potentially universe-saving. "Zara," Ethan called out, his voice urgent, "the chrononexus of your people, could it be used to create a temporal loop, trapping the Chronovores in an endless cycle?" Zara's eyes widened as she grasped the implications of Ethan's plan. "It's possible, but the energy required would be astronomical. We need to harness the power of entire galaxies." "Then that's exactly what we'll do," Ethan declared, his determination echoing across the cosmos. With a thought, Ethan traversed vast cosmic distances, appearing before advanced civilizations across the multiverse. He spoke to them not with words, but with pure concepts, conveying the dire threat and the desperate plan to save all of existence. Miraculously, they listened. Vast fleets of starships and cosmic-scale engineering projects sprang into action. Dyson spheres channeled the energy of countless suns, while quantum relays prepared to transmit that power across dimensional boundaries. As the preparations neared completion, the Chronovores sensed the gathering energy. They redoubled their efforts, tearing through reality with renewed ferocity. Entire universes winked out of existence in their wake. "Now, Ethan," Zara cried, her form beginning to destabilize under the temporal strain. "We can't wait any longer." Ethan took a deep breath, centering himself in the eye of the cosmic storm. With a gesture that transcended physical movement, he activated the vast network of energy collectors and quantum relays. The power of a billion stars surged through him, threatening to tear his consciousness apart. But Ethan held firm, channeling that impossible energy into the heart of the chrononexus. Space and time began to warp and twist, forming an intricate, multi-dimensional cage around the ravening Chronovores. The creatures shrieked in fury and confusion as they found themselves trapped in an endlessly repeating loop of time. They devoured fragments of reality, only to have those same fragments reappear, pristine and untouched, moments later. As the temporal prison stabilized, Ethan felt the strain on his expanded consciousness begin to ease. The torn fragments of the cosmic tapestry slowly began to mend, reality reasserting itself in the wake of the Chronovore invasion. But the victory came at a cost. As Ethan's awareness returned to a more focused state, he realized that the massive expenditure of energy had fundamentally altered the structure of the multiverse. Entire timelines had been erased or rewritten, and the boundaries between dimensions had become more permeable than ever before. "What have we done?" Ethan whispered, his voice heavy with the weight of cosmic responsibility. The quantum leviathan's presence enveloped him, its multidimensional form pulsing with an emotion Ethan could only describe as bittersweet pride. "You have done what was necessary, cosmic guardian. The multiverse endures, though changed, and with change comes new possibility." As the dust of creation settled, Ethan became aware of a new sensation, a vast, collective consciousness brushing against the edges of his perception. The civilizations that had aided in the defense against the Chronovores were reaching out, seeking guidance and unity in the face of a transformed cosmic order. "They're looking to you, Ethan," Zara said softly, materializing beside him. "In saving existence, you've become a beacon of hope for countless beings across the multiverse. What will you do now?" Ethan gazed out at the reshaped cosmos, feeling the weight of infinite possibilities pressing down upon him. He had started this journey as a simple scientist from Earth, and now he stood as a guardian of reality itself. The challenges ahead were immense, but so too was the potential for growth and discovery. With a smile that contained the wisdom of eons, Ethan turned to Zara. Now we build something new. A cosmic community that transcends the boundaries of space, time, and dimension. Will you help me?" Zara's form shimmered with excitement and anticipation. "Always, my friend. Our greatest adventure is just beginning." As Ethan and Zara set out across the vastness of the renewed multiverse, the echoes of their epic battle against the Chronovores rippled through reality. On countless worlds, in infinite timelines, beings of all forms and natures looked to the stars with newfound wonder and hope. For in the wake of near annihilation, a new age of cosmic enlightenment was dawning, and at its heart stood Ethan Chen, no longer just a man, but a legend whose name would be whispered across the tapestry of existence for all eternity. The cosmos itself seemed to hold its breath, waiting to see what marvels this unlikely hero from Earth would unveil next in the grand, endless dance of creation. Singularity's dawn. The multiverse pulsed with newfound vitality as Ethan Chen, cosmic guardian, and his ethereal companion, Zara traversed the quantum landscape. Their mission to forge a unified cosmic community had begun, but the challenges that lay ahead were as vast as the cosmos itself. As they approached a cluster of fledgling civilizations on the outer rim of reality, a distress signal pierced through the quantum foam. Its source, a dying star system on the brink of collapse. "Ethan, look," Zara exclaimed, her form shimmering with urgency. "The Helios Nexus. It's destabilizing." Ethan focused his cosmic awareness on the troubled system. The Helios Nexus was a crucial junction in the multiverse, a crossroads of timelines and dimensions. Its collapse could trigger a cascading failure across countless realities. "We need to act fast," Ethan declared, his voice resonating with determination. "But this isn't just about preventing a catastrophe. It's an opportunity to show these young civilizations the power of unity." With a thought, Ethan broadcast a call to action across the quantum frequencies. In moments, representatives from 1,000 worlds materialized around them, their forms as diverse as the cosmos itself. Beings of the multiverse, Ethan addressed them, his words transcending language barriers. "Before us lies a crisis, but also a chance to forge bonds that will echo through eternity. Will you join us in saving the Helios Nexus?" A chorus of affirmations rang out, and Ethan felt a surge of hope. This was the beginning of something truly extraordinary. As they approached the dying star system, the full scope of the crisis became apparent. The central star, a massive blue hypergent, was undergoing rapid quantum fluctuations, threatening to tear apart the fabric of space-time itself. "We need to stabilize the star's core," Zara observed, her cosmic senses probing the chaotic energies. "But the gravitational forces are too intense for conventional methods." Ethan's mind raced, drawing upon the collective knowledge of countless civilizations. Suddenly, an idea sparked, wild, dangerous, but potentially universe-altering. "What if we don't fight the collapse?" Ethan mused, his eyes gleaming with cosmic insight. "What if we guide it instead? Transform the star into something new, a cosmic singularity that could serve as a nexus for our fledgling community." The assembled beings murmured in a mixture of awe and trepidation. What Ethan proposed had never been attempted on such a scale. "It's risky," Zara cautioned, "but if we succeed, it could revolutionize cosmic travel and communication." Ethan nodded, feeling the weight of the decision. "Then let's begin. Each of you has a crucial role to play." What followed was a symphony of cosmic engineering unlike anything the multiverse had ever witnessed. Ethan directed the efforts, his expanded consciousness weaving together the unique abilities of each civilization. Quantum engineers from the Silicon Void constructed elaborate energy siphons, channeling the star's volatile plasma into transdimensional collectors. Chrono architects from the temporal confluence wove intricate lattices of condensed time around the stellar core, slowing its collapse to a manageable pace. As the star's final moments approached, Ethan called upon the most advanced races to join him in the heart of the maelstrom. Together, they would guide the birth of something unprecedented, a controlled singularity that bridged the gaps between dimensions. The energies involved were staggering. Reality itself groaned under the strain as the star's core collapsed, compressing into a point of infinite density. Ethan and his allies poured their combined power into shaping the singularity, molding it into a stable configuration that pulsed with multi-dimensional potential. In a blinding flash that echoed across 1 billion timelines, the transformation was complete. Where once a dying star had raged, now floated a shimmering orb of pure cosmic energy, the Genesis Singularity. As the assembled beings marveled at their creation, Ethan felt a new presence brush against his consciousness. The singularity was alive, in a sense, a newborn cosmic entity with the potential to reshape the very nature of existence. "Welcome to the multiverse," Ethan whispered, reaching out to touch the Genesis Singularity's swirling surface. As his fingers made contact, visions of possible futures exploded through his mind. He saw a network of similar singularities spreading across the cosmos, creating a web of instantaneous travel and communication. He glimpsed mighty civilizations rising and falling, their fates intertwined in ways never before possible. And at the heart of it all, he saw a unified cosmic community, transcending the boundaries of space, time, and dimension. As Ethan shared these visions with the assembled beings, a wave of excitement and purpose swept through the gathering. They had come together to avert a crisis, but in doing so, they had birthed a new age of cosmic cooperation. "This is only the beginning," Zara said, her form pulsing with joy and anticipation. "The Genesis Singularity will serve as a beacon, drawing curious minds from across the multiverse, but it will also attract those who might seek to exploit its power." Ethan nodded, understanding the immense responsibility that came with their creation. "Then we'll need to establish a council, guardians of the cosmic order who can help guide the use of this new technology." As if in response to his words, the Genesis Singularity pulsed, sending out a wave of energy that washed over the assembled beings. In that moment, Ethan sensed a change. The Singularity had marked them, bestowing a fraction of its cosmic awareness upon each representative. "It seems our new friend has some ideas of its own," Ethan chuckled, feeling a surge of affection for the nascent cosmic entity. "We're all connected now, bound by a common purpose." The implications were staggering. With this network of enhanced beings spread across the multiverse, the dream of a truly unified cosmic community was within reach. As the gathering began to disperse, each representative returning to their home reality to share the news of their incredible achievement, Ethan and Zara found themselves alone with the Genesis Singularity. "What now, Cosmic Guardian?" Zara asked, her voice filled with equal parts excitement and trepidation. "We've changed the very nature of cosmic interaction. The future is more uncertain than ever." Ethan gazed into the swirling depths of the singularity, feeling the weight of infinite possibilities pressing down upon him. He had come so far from that fateful day when his ship had crashed on an unknown world. Now he stood at the threshold of a new cosmic era, one that he had helped to birth. With a smile that held the wisdom of eons and the wonder of a newborn universe, Ethan turned to his faithful companion. "Now, Zara, now we explore, we learn, we grow. The multiverse is vast, and our journey is only just beginning." As if in agreement, the Genesis Singularity pulsed once more, opening a shimmering portal to realms unknown. Hand in hand, Ethan and Zara stepped through, ready to face whatever wonders and challenges awaited them in the infinite expanse of the cosmos. And across the multitude of realities, on countless worlds and in myriad forms of existence, beings looked to the stars with newfound hope and purpose. For in the Singularity's dawn, a new chapter in the cosmic story had begun, one of unity, discovery, and limitless potential. The legend of Ethan Chen, the Earth scientist turned cosmic guardian, would echo through the annals of eternity. But for Ethan himself, the greatest adventure still lay ahead, waiting to be written across the infinite canvas of the multiverse.